Hey, welcome to the second course video for the song Choker from 21 Pilots and their 2021 album Scaled and Icy. I'm musically malnourished, and you're on my journey to go deep and wide in discovering new music and artists. In these videos, we do a deep dive into the lyrics and meaning behind the music. So let's get in, see what's going on with this song. All right, Choker. The second promotional single from 21 Pilots' sixth album, Scaled and Icy, starts off with a despairing tone as Tyler takes on the mindset of a narrator, lamenting his inability to be there for the people in his life due to choking from his fears. As the song progresses, he experiences growth in character and ends on a positive note where he begins to look at his future with a hopeful attitude. Musically, Choker is reminiscent of 21 Pilots' older style, with its slow tempo, bright sound, poetic rap included at the end. It was first teased on April 2021 on the premium page for fans who purchased tickets to the Scaled and Icy livestream concert. The official announcement of the single and its accompanying music video was later made public the following morning via a teaser on Twitter. Fans who purchased tickets to the aforementioned livestream received access to the behind-the-scenes content 30 minutes before the song and video's midnight release. Cool. We'll take a look at that music video over on Patreon. Tyler Joseph said, I come from a basketball background, and choking is you're standing at, okay, cool. You're standing at the free throw line and you need to make one of those two. And if you miss them both, you choked. I think for me, with certain friendships and relationships, there were moments that I could have risen to the occasion and I didn't. And that's something that I'll have to live with. I think that everyone has those moments where they feel like they choked. The song is trying to work that through and trying to figure out if that's someone that I was born to be. Can I shape this? Is this something I can turn around? Okay, because I thought initially, because there's mentions of secondhand smoke and things, choking had to do kind of with that. But it is more so this idea of like, thinking you should have done something or wishing you would have done something and then just choking and not following through. It's one thing to fabricate trying to go back and create a song from when you were a different person. It's another thing when it comes up organically, almost like an old habit that is inevitably a part of who you are and still makes up the fibers of who you are. It's mostly dormant, but every once in a while it flares up. That's what choker is, a flare-up of an old rash that we thought we cured. And we're proud of that rash. We like that rash. The rash is who we are. We had to itch it. The entire video is riddled with Easter eggs and other mysteries. First, the location of the toy shop is real-life, big fun vintage toys and collectibles located in the duo's hometown of Columbus, Ohio. Tyler and Josh retain the shop's original name in the music video, and Josh wears a matching t-shirt. However, following the release of the music video, the duo sold merch in the same style with the fictitious business Jim Dunn, Miniature Toys and Beings. The former part of the name comes from Josh and his wife Debbie's dog, Jim Dunn, who makes an appearance in the music video. The latter part foreshadows Josh's business of shrinking living beings down into inanimate miniatures, which is one of the aforementioned mysteries. Painted on one of the shop's windows is Ned, a jackalope-type character who was introduced in Chlorine, later used in Live from Outside version of Level of Concern. In an Apple Music interview, Tyler declared need to be on hiatus for unknown reasons. He's on a hiatus. He's turned his phone off. We can't find him, and he's turned off his location services too. Usually that's how we could keep in touch with him, and honestly, if you're out there, Ned, come on home. This, again, is one of the many mysteries that was teased. In one of the opening shots, there are decorations shown hanging from the ceiling. There are symbols of the skeleton clique. Okay, cool. So that's even from the Christmas Saves the Year, the name given to fans of the band during the Blurryface era. The book Josh is reading at the beginning of the music video is If by Nicholas Bourbaki. This is a reference to the bishops of Dima with the same name, also known as Nico or Blurryface. While the book is real, it is not affiliated with the story of Dima. Upon negative reception from fans due to the book's disturbing content, The director of the music video took to Discord to dispute the book's placement in the video. All My Sons is the play from which 21 Pilots gets their name, as it is a major plot point that deals with many topics of the morality in the show something Tyler does frequently in his music. Well, and there have been two thoughts. One, that the name comes from All My Sons, and another that it comes from a tragedy that had happened where 21 Pilots had passed away. However, a pamphlet similar to If was added to a premium section of their website and was removed 30 minutes before the music video's release, along with a mug and a trash dragon miniature. This was done because they were moved into the store for the music video. That's fun. However, the pamphlet holds deeper meaning. It is the religion of the bishops of Dima in written form, also known as vialism. Vialism is the feelings of hopelessness and isolation that accompany depression. Below the title is text that reads, "The glorious gone, to live fully is to sacrifice all." This is referring to the despair that is often felt with depression. Between the title and text is a layout of a tower of silence, which were introduced in Trench. Lastly, above all of that is the band's logo from the Blurry Face era, or the signal here. This time, however, it is upside down, becoming a neon gravestone sign, which was first seen in the music video for Nico and the Niners. Wow. Cool stuff. So yeah, we'll take a look at that video over on Patreon. All right. I don't bother anyone, nervous when I stand, choking on the circumstance, only smoking second hand. Okay, so we talked about the idea of choking. In this case, Tyler's fears restrict him from going after his dreams, so he is only able to experience them secondhand from those who are not burdened by the same anxieties. Oh, okay. These lines also could be a nod to their track Heavy Dirty Soul, as the drum track of Choker is very similar. I hope that they choke on smoke because I'm smoking them out the basement. Cut us open, spread us out, dry us in the sand, lay the fibers side by side, and you'll begin to understand. I know it's over. I was born a choker. Nobody's coming for me. This line is a reference to Leave the City, the closing track of Trench. They know that it's almost over. Tyler was referring to his current state of depression, a common theme in the duo's music. While most of their music deals with Tyler's battles with depression and its effects on him, the album Scaled and Icy instead focuses on the unleashing of imagination. As Tyler told BBC in an interview about the album and its first promotional single, Shy Away, this is Tyler confirming he is exiting a period of depression. It's also significant to note this character shift comes toward the beginning of the album instead of the end like it has been for all previous albums. Okay, iPhone 17. Okay, just more into this idea of being a choker. Reminiscent of choking, Tyler wore black paint around his neck during Blurry Face, explained to symbolize insecurities with singing and songwriting. Concept was continued in Trench with Bishop choked Tyler and applied black paint to his neck. On the previous album, the song Leave the City has a recurring line, they know that it's almost over. The thing that it is almost over is Tyler's search for a path, especially related to faith. Him saying that he knows it's over could mean he feels like he knows the answer to the question of where he's going. Throughout Trench, the Banditos are seen trying to guide and help Tyler out of Dima. When he's saying that nobody's coming for me, he could be saying there is no saving him. This could unfortunately mean the path he feels like he knows now is a faithless path, that the path that the demons of Dima are in control of. I don't bother anyone, never make demands, choking on the circumstance. Self-sabotage is a sweet romance. Seems like all I'm worth is what I'm able to withstand. Sooner, I can realize that pain is just a middleman. He explained he used the metaphor of a headache because the pain isn't the problem. It just lets the brain know about the problem. The slow rap later in the song also explains his relationship with wounds, pain, and the brain. This was a cool. I see no volunteers to co-sign on my fears. I'll sign on the line. Alone, I'm going to change my circumstance. I know I need to move right now. So the pain is just that thing to let him know to make a change. Like a little splinter buried in your skin, someone else can carve it out, but when you've got the pin, it hurts a little less and you can even push it further in. These lyrics talk about how you feel less pain when you're in control by taking the example of having a splinter in one's skin, right? It's similar to kind of driving a vehicle versus being a passenger, that when you're driving, you feel in control. And so you're not as startled by certain things because you know that you're stopping. So if you're stopping slower than the person wants you to in the passenger, they might react, but you're like, I'm in control. Don't worry about it. But if you're in the passenger, you don't know what that person's thinking or doing. And so you kind of have a different reaction. Got a splinter, you know that it's very painful and difficult to get out. The area surrounding the splinter hurts. The best household tools to get it out, usually a pin or a needle. Talking about how it feels a little less painful when you're the one in control of the pin. The lyric may be about how pain is lessened by feeling in control. 21 Pilots previously had numerous songs with verses that talk about how Tyler struggles diving into a place or a state that is both creative and filled with dark thoughts. When you're in control of these thoughts, they might not be as mentally taxing, and you can even explore these thoughts and push it further. Could also be interpreted as a lyric about trusting others as opposed to relying on yourself. When someone else is helping you, they'll likely be able to help, but it might hurt more. This is because a person helping you out can't physically feel the pain that you're feeling, that which makes it easier for them to remove a splinter quickly. But when you try to do things yourself, there's a benefit of reducing potential pain. The drawback is you will often make the situation worse or not be able to fully commit to solving the problem. That's interesting. I feel like this echoes the concept from Tear in My Heart that sometimes you need someone else to help you out even if it hurts. When your body's screaming out, trust your mind's listening. Like a silhouette you can barely see, as a shadow cast upon the ground where you'll eventually lay forever. But the day goes on, the sun moves behind you. You get taller, bolder, stronger, and the rear view only blinds you. Wow, dude. After opening up the song with anxious and fearful thoughts, Tyler ends the song on a hopeful note. Taking a journey similar to other 21 Pilots songs such as their 2012 track Migraine, Tyler uses the concept of shadows to explain his process with these anxieties. The beginning of the day, a shadow appears long due to the sun's position, but as the day goes on, it grows smaller and smaller. In the context of these lines, the shadow represents how even though the narrator has worries about the future, even considering the eventuality of death, the day moves forward and it becomes taller, bolder, stronger with this movement. Tyler then finishes with a warning to himself that wasting his time reliving the past or examining past mistakes will only hurt him and be a distraction to his future, so he instead moves forward. That's cool, because obviously as the sun moves behind you, right, and the shadows cast and grows, but if you look in the rear view, the sun's back there and it like blinds you. Yeah, I mean, my thought about the past is, again, the past is a good teacher, but it's a bad king. The past is a good place to visit, a bad place to live, especially if you're talking about like harboring on the past or past failures, past mistakes. Like, you can learn from those things, but if you live in them, then it's not a good place to be. Man, I think there's a lot in here that I'll probably continue to process as I listen to the song more. But yeah, there's a lot in here. So let me know your thoughts in the comments and we'll have a good conversation there. But thanks for being with me for this one. Hope to see you in the next one. We're eating good.